creativity. Come on in and make yourselves comfortable, but I want you to pause for just a second and get some coffee and a cookie. You're going to need a treat today. We're going to do some hard work and we're going to talk about you, all right? So I will wait for you. Quick, go. All right. Sorry, that wasn't very long. This video is being called It's Your Turn. And the reason I'm calling it It's Your Turn is because it's about you, it's about your heart, and it's about being whole. Now, last week I told you that I was going away on a trip to see someone really special I hadn't seen in almost 20 years. So I want to take some of the things I learned and bring it to you because I think a lot of you are struggling with it. If you watched my first video, Palette of Purpose, then in that video I shared some of my life story with you. That was a walk in the park compared to the things that I learned and that my loved one had suffered through. This weekend was full of healing, it was full of validation, and I want to bring this to you because I think as women we tend to carry a lot of things around with us that we don't need to. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever misread something, someone, or had completely the wrong take on something in your life, and it was absolutely no fault of your own? It was because you were served up a big hot plate of lies with a side of deception, and for dessert they gave you brokenness. Okay, if that is speaking to you, this video is definitely for you. Now, those things, of course, they hurt and we carry them with us, but are you taking the time to heal yourself? That's what I really want to talk to you about. When we go to a wedding or a graduation ceremony, you'll hear the very cliche phrase, "This is the first day of the rest of your life." You know what? It is. It is the first day of the rest of your life. And you need to take it. You need to stop and write that down in your journal. Okay? If you need that to be today, if you need that to be tomorrow, or if you need that to be the next day, and maybe you need to do it every day for weeks or even years. Every single day needs to be a fresh start for you. When you are healing from being broken and deceived, it's a long process. It doesn't happen overnight. I will be 50 in just a few years. My weekend was life-altering, a complete game changer. I have a different perspective on the power of words and the things that people can do that you can carry through your life for decades. So I want to bring this up to you because I think it's so incredibly important that you give yourself permission to move through these things, to grow, and to be healed and whole again. That is one of the objectives of Launch Your Creativity. It is empowering women. It's not just the nuts and bolts of packaging your product and going to market. It is inspiration and now validation. You matter. Remember in the first video when I said to you, where you come from does not dictate where you're going? It does not. And if you allow it to, those are just chains that are holding you back from being completely who you were meant to be. You are an amazing, beautiful, creative girl that is full of so much opportunity. You can do anything that you want, but you have to give yourself permission to begin that process and start taking those steps towards healing. Okay, eat a cookie. We both need it right now. And the only reason I'm not going to eat it while I'm talking to you is because the Oreo filling will stick to my teeth and that won't be very pretty, okay? All right, girls, you know, I really care about all of you so much. I have befriended many of you, and I just have so much to say on this topic that my camera probably won't hold the tape. Those of you that know me personally know I can out-talk a room full of women on any given day. My heart is just so full of compassion for people that are struggling. I've personally lived with it for a really, really long time. But when you get face to face with someone and you see that brokenness and you see the scars that absolutely, it's like a snapshot in time that you look at. It's frozen there in time, and the world keeps going on, but you're frozen in time. It's like the old Polaroids, right? If that's you, you have got to believe in yourself. You have got to start dreaming again. You have got to start living again and giving yourself permission. And the most important thing is, if you are in a situation right now where you are being abused, whether it's physically or emotionally or even worse, you have the absolute right to have boundaries in your life, and you need to get some help, okay? I just really care about this topic, and I have reshot this about, I don't know, 3 or 4 times now this morning because I keep crying, and I don't want to cry all over the video. But girls, you know this is true. And you probably know someone, if it's not you, that is going through this. Be a support to them. Remember when I talked to you a couple weeks ago about perception and people watching? It is amazing when you peel off the layers of a person and you find out what their personal struggles are. So part of this message is to tell you, again, you're not alone. So many people are able to just wear that mask and continue on through life fully functioning, but their heart is just so full of despair, and it's just time to let it go. So what I want you to do is I really want you to start journaling. I want you to pour all the junk out that's swimming around in your head, pour it out into your journal. It is really healing in itself. It sounds like it wouldn't be, and I really fought that for a number of years. But you need to do that. Here's the hard work. It's not just that. It's not just giving yourself permission to move on. I want you to pick 5 things that you feel are incredibly healing to your soul. Gardening, painting, writing, listening to music, if it's reading, walking on the beach, walking in the woods, whatever it is. And I want you to make sure that you are incorporating those things into your life daily. They are going to feed your soul. It's going to help clear your mind from the junk that's swimming around, and you'll see a difference. Implement those things and give it some time. The biggest thing is that nothing's going to change overnight, but you've got to start now, and you have to start taking those little baby steps. Okay, eat another cookie. This is kind of heavy stuff, girls. But, you know, it's necessary. Nobody talks about this stuff. They just carry it around. And the cycle has to be broken. So I just care so much about you guys. I can't say it enough, because validation is so important. It will heal your soul. I did not grow up with validation. I've learned a lot about it. I've been studying about it actually recently, because at the next Launch Your Creativity event, I am going to put a segment of validation into that day. But I'm probably going to do a video series on it too that you can do online. And it will probably have a small fee and come with some kind of a journal for you to work in. I just think that this will definitely be a game changer. So I'm getting ready to go out of town again, so I won't be here next week. But the next week, we're going to go right back into business materials and dealing with the naysayers. You do not want to miss the naysayers. It is hysterical, and you're really going to have a good time with it. So girls, be inspired and stay creative, and I really look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.